All right. So I'm here to talk about Rapid Deploy, another form of Rapid, and we're a cloud-aided dispatch company. What that means is we're a cloud-based, cloud-native company that provides compute-aided dispatch and other analytics solutions for 911. And since this is a tech showcase, I'm not just going to talk about it, I'm also going to give you a little demonstration together with one of our esteemed customers. But to quickly talk about what is cloud-based dispatch and cloud-aided dispatch all about. Some of you might have seen our videos and messaging last year about the second extinction of public safety, where the dinosaur legacy infrastructure is at risk of going extinct. Just because of the difficulties that all this on-premise legacy equipment brings in terms of cost of ownership and the long cycles and the endless patching and downtime that comes with having infrastructure on the ground. But rather than talking about the dinosaurs, I'm going to talk about the solution to the dinosaurs, which is cloud-aided dispatch. And why that is important is really about the benefits for public safety and the democratization of public safety. And the power of the cloud really enables public agencies, public safety agencies, to transform the way they operate and bring next generation 911 and other technology advancements such as FirstNet together in a way that streamlines the operations. So the four main benefits of cloud-aided dispatch are ease of deployment, cost of ownership, reliability, and then features and functionality. So I'm going to talk about each of those for a minute and then show you a quick demonstration and talk about what that means to a public safety agency. So the first one, the ease of deployment, is very important. When we looked at 911 equipment and compute-aided dispatch equipment in the past, often it was a multi-year project to get anything deployed or installed. It's a very difficult process to replace equipment, and often it's a forklift upgrade in the back room, which costs millions of dollars. So if you use the cloud to deploy public safety software, a deployment can be done in days or hours instead of years. And there's no hardware requirement in the back room, which really takes away a lot of the pressure of procurement. This also leads into the second point, which is the cost of ownership. What we used to see in the public safety market is that only tier 1 agencies were able to afford tier 1 solutions. And the small agencies in rural America, the sheriff's office in the middle of the country wasn't able to afford a tier 1 solution. And we believe in democratizing public safety to an extent where everybody can subscribe to the best possible service without having to purchase expensive equipment. It's really just a software as a service where the pricing can scale to the size of an agency and where you don't need expensive equipment and all the infrastructure is hosted in secure data centers. The secure data centers lead me to the next point about reliability and security. Many agencies believe that having equipment in their back room makes them secure, and it's actually the opposite. If you can walk in and out of your server room and plug in a USB device, that's the biggest security risk that you can imagine. So having everything hosted in Microsoft Azure government secured facilities that are geo-redundant and distributed across the country really provides a level of reliability and security that an agency cannot achieve by themselves just by hosting it in their own back room. And the geographical redundancy is really important. When major disasters happen, what we've seen is that individual 911 centers get taken out and their backup centers just down the road, so they're equally affected. So having the geographical redundancy makes a big difference. And then last but not least, the cloud allows us to be rich in features and interfaces and always have customers on the newest version. And if you have a new interface that becomes available, we can make it available to all customers without charging an interface fee every time a customer demands it. And there's a variety of interfaces that are coming to public safety. An important one that we'll hear about later today is Rapid SOS, bringing location and additional data to 911. Rapid Deploy takes great pride into being the fastest ever partner to integrate Rapid SOS and make it available to all customers at no extra charge, because it's really a feature that should be available to every agency. Products that benefit from cloud-aided dispatch are compute-aided dispatch, CAD, the old species of CAD, but also other forms of dispatch software, such as 911 analytics and tactical mapping. And today I wanted to spend a little bit of time on the analytics piece of it. And to talk about analytics, before I go into a little demo, I would like to invite Christy Williams to join me here on stage to talk about analytics from a perspective of a 911 agency.
So we were in a position, well, first of you all know I love technology. But our agency, NCT 911, made a conscious decision several years ago that we weren't going to chase technology, we were going to solve problems. And one of the problems that we were experiencing in our 43 PSAPs was that traditional analytics, or MIS, was not meeting our needs. As our systems had evolved, the analytics portion had not. And so in other words, I don't want to just have call reports for my call handling equipment. I want to be able, we do monitor all our systems, but I want to have that data to be able to analyze. So I wanted to bring in all of the different systems, and then I wanted to do more than just run our traditional reports for the PSAP. I wanted the ability to analyze the data and actually use it for predictive analysis and making decisions both at our level and in the PSAP. So we developed an RFP that was in stages. First, meet our current MIS type protocols, because one of our rules for upgrading is you never take away anything from the PSAP. So these are all the things the PSAPs expect today. Do that first, then integrate the data from our other systems, and then let's go start grabbing things from IoT, and let's analyze the data and use it in a predictive fashion. And these guys won the bid. So.
Thank you very much. And here's just a quick preview of what Christy had mentioned as the first stage of the project, where we analyze and produce reports that can replace a traditional legacy MIS systems. What you see here is data that Christy has kindly allowed us to share, and that we've been jointly developing together with Christy and her team. Liana, thanks for being a great partner in this endeavor. So what you see here is call reporting data, but it's not an MIS report that is a printout of a PDF that you can send to your constituents. It's an interactive dashboard where you can play with the data and have interactive ways of engaging with the data. So you can slide around with the time frame. You can look at certain aspects of the data. The beauty is that if you're operating in the cloud, it's very easy to go to your backup connectivity source. So if your primary internet goes down, you're very quick to go back online if you just have a redundant source of connectivity. So what you can do in the cloud world is you can have a next generation 911 connectivity, and if that ever goes down, you can switch to an alternative source such as FirstNet or any other IP connectivity that you might have in your center. So what we see here is an interactive report. Instead of just a PDF, you have sliders that create an interactive dashboard for you. So you can modify the time ranges, you can zoom in on individual data points, you can select individual agencies or sub-agencies that you would like to look at, and you have multiple ways of drilling up and down in the data. And you can really gain insights and have machine learning and artificial intelligence provide some insights for you. So if you see that the call volume here from Thursday to Friday was unusual, you can go into Thursday and let the power of the cloud explain why the data has changed. And you can have analytics run and explain all the drivers for the change and really provide insights, not just data. And that goes back to Christy's point around we're not just doing technology for technology's sake. We're doing technology to solve real-world problems. And the power of analytics is not to provide you more data, it's to provide you more insights that you can act on. So while the first stage of this project is around providing reports and dashboards, where really the interesting action will come from is from the ability to not just analyze, but also predict and then issue recommendations for actions around staffing patterns in 911 centers, around ambulance staging, and all the things like that. So we have a very exciting time ahead of us, and I would like to thank you for the opportunity to present here today.